video, I have a holiday full face glam drugstore affordable makeup tutorial, long title, which actually brings me to my next point. This tutorial is going to include all drugstore and affordable makeup products. I know there is a difference between drugstore and affordable, and a lot of you guys appreciate when I tell which one is which. In this video, you're going to get both drugstore and affordable. Regardless, I am only using makeup products in this video that are really affordable. The only thing I used in this video that isn't drugstore or affordable is the glitter that I used, and the only reason that is honestly because I don't own a glitter that's more affordable or drugstore. I did use the, the Lit glitter. I think I put it back in my drawer. It's not too pricey. I believe it's $14, so it's not extremely pricey, but it also isn't really affordable. So if you guys know some really good affordable glitters, definitely recommend them to me. I also did give you guys 2 different lip options in this video. I wasn't sure whether I should go with a deep red lip or a nude, so I went with both. Honestly, I personally love this look for the holidays because you have the really nice gold mixed with the silver glitter in the inner corner, and it is honestly perfection. I absolutely am in love with it. I also love how I mix gold with silver because I love mixing metals. I think it looks really good. So if you guys are interested in checking out how I got this full face glam holiday drugstore makeup look, then make sure to just keep on watching.
So to start off, we're of course going to be priming our face. I'm going to take this Sleek Makeup Primer. Then for foundation, I am taking the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 220. You can see that I'm doing half of my face first. Now that is because this foundation actually dries very quickly. So if I put foundation on the other half, it would have been dry by the time I got to it. So I like to do half at a time. And then for concealer, I am taking the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer, and I'm just going to highlight underneath the eyes in a slim, triangular motion and also down the center of my face. Now to set my foundation but also add more coverage, I am going to take the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible Powder in the shade 500, I believe. I love this powder because it's pretty full coverage. The 220 Maybelline was a little bit light for me, so this helped darken it up a little bit. Now for contouring and highlighting, I am taking the e.l.f. Contour Kit. I actually tried this for the first time in this video and I loved it. So I'm taking that yellow shade and just applying that underneath the eye, both to set and brighten. Now to bronze up the skin, I'm going to take one of my favorite bronzers from the drugstore. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer in the shade Sunny. Honestly, I love this bronzer so much. You guys can see it gives such a nice shade. I used to rock this when I was pale, and it still matches me when I'm tan. So it's such a versatile, great bronzer. Dabbling back into that e.l.f. contour kit, I'm going to take the darkest contouring shade and just contour my cheekbones with the NARS Ita brush. I was so impressed with this e.l.f. contour kit. It blended really great. It was super pigmented. Honestly, I had no issues. Really impressed. I am taking the Jordana powder blush in the shade Rose Silk. This is one of my favorite drugstore blushes ever. Now for highlighting, I am taking probably my favorite drugstore highlight in the entire world, the Milani Tantastic Baked Bronzer in the shade 01 Fantastic in Gold. I am going to focus my brush a little bit more on the white area, but also mix it in that bronzy part and highlight my cheekbones. Now for the brows, I am taking, honestly, I love this brow product. This is the Maybelline Brow Satin Pencil. I'm obsessed with it. You guys can see how well it works in this tutorial. It's just really good for the price especially. I love it so much. I use it on days when I want my brows to look just a little bit more natural than the dip brow. It's honestly a really great drugstore eyebrow product. I am also just going to tint and set the brows with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in the shade Medium to Dark. To prime my lids for eyeshadow, I am going to take this L'Oreal eyeshadow primer and I'm just going to apply that directly on the lid. And I am just going to blend it out with a beauty blender instead of my finger. This product is a little bit drier than my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, so if I blend it out with my finger, I don't want to stretch my eyelids too much. So it's much more easily blended with the beauty blender. Of course, I always set my primer with some powder. I'm taking the yellow shade from the e.l.f. one. Next, we're going to be using this Morphe palette that I'm totally obsessed with, the 35K. I mean, look how gorgeous these shades are, right? They are beautiful. I'm going to take this really nice warm brown. This eye look is going to be super warm in the crease especially. I'm just going to fluff that in and smoke it out as a transition shade. You guys know the drill. Next, with a little bit more of a tapered brush, I'm going to take this really rich warm brown. This reminds me a lot of Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, and I'm just going to apply that on the outer V but also directly into the crease. You'll notice here that I am going to actually take it really into the inner corner of the crease just to create a little bit of like that soft cut crease effect. Now taking an even more precise blending brush, I'm going to take this really nice, again, warm, rich, but darker brown, and I'm just going to put that a little bit more directly in the outer V and kind of, again, bring it back into that crease. You'll also see me switch over in a few clips to a slimmer E36 from Sigma. That's just going to really get in the crease and create, again, like that soft cut crease effect. That's what's really going to give this look that whole glam effect. Now, of course, let's work on the lower lash line. We're going to take, again, the same first transition shade that we used, and we're just going to pop that on the lower lash line. We're also just going to take that really rich warm brown that we did and put in the crease. We're just going to take that on a small smudger brush and put it very tight lined and directly on the lower lash line. We're not going to bring it down too much. You just kind of want to define the lower lash line with that. Now for the lid, we're going to take the star of the show. This is the NYX pigment in the shade Mink Vision. I'm so impressed with this. I believe in the US this is like $3. I think Canadian it's like $5 or $6. Regardless, it is so inexpensive yet very great quality, and you can see just how intense and foiled it looks. I did apply it wet and honestly, beautiful. I have nothing bad to say about this color, about the quality. It's amazing. I like to keep it kind of sharp and like meet it up to that crease just so that it again looks a little bit more of that soft cut crease effect, because that's what's going to make it look glam. To glam up even more, we're going to take some glitter. This is the Lit Cosmetics glitter in the shade Marilyn Monroe. We're going to dip into the Clearly Liquid glitter base by Lit as well, and we're just going to like feather a tiny bit of those glitter right in the inner corner, like just to kind of make it kind of sprinkle in the inner corner. You don't want to make it super full coverage or really intense, because glitter is intense enough. So if you just put the slightest amount kind of sprinkling in the inner corner, it looks gorgeous. Now we're going to go all out in this look and make it super glam by adding a winged liner, because you just can't go wrong with winged liner. I'm going to take the NYX Matte Liquid Black Liner. Now to prep my lashes for falsies, I'm of course going to apply some mascara. I'm going to take my holy grail favorite one. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I did apply my falsies off camera. I used the Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee. I got a ton of questions on them when I showed them on Snapchat on my eyes. And then I am putting some lower lash line mascara. I like to use the L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic Mascara. Now for lip option number 1, I am going to take a bright red Milani lip liner. I believe this is in the shade Fierce, but I'll leave it down below. I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips and also fill it in with this lip color. Now you could just leave this red lip as it is, or you can darken it up like I did. I went ahead and took the Morphe lip palette by Lipstick Nick, I believe, and I took that darker shade and just mixed it in just to make a more vampier, darker red. Now the second lip option is a nude, of course. I personally loved this the best just because the eyes were so glam. I loved how soft the nude looked with it. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi.